In section 4, we're going to get things a little bit more complicated because we're going to have variables on both sides. Okay, so our goal here is to solve equations when we've got a variable on both sides. All right, when you have a variable on both sides, your variables might end up canceling each other out. So when that happens, you're either going to have all solutions or no solutions. Okay, so if what remains, if the numbers that remain, so if you have 0 equals 0, or 2 equals 2, or -7 equals -7, right, then it's all solutions. If it's not true, so if you have 0 equals 4, -1 equals +17, something like that, two things that are not the same, then the answer is no solutions. Okay, so either all solutions or no solutions. They're not always going to be that way. Remember, this only happens when the variables cancel each other out completely. Okay, so I'll show you a couple examples of this. So the first one here, I always suggest you get all your variables to the left and get all your numbers to the right. And you can do this in the same step. Okay, so we're going to subtract the 7c to the left side, and we're going to subtract the 8 to the right side. Okay, see how I line up my like terms there? And when I do this, I see that this one cancels out and this one cancels out, so that's good. I'm left with -2c on the left equals -10 on the right. Now I just divide by -2c, and I get c equals 5. Okay, so you're not always going to get no solutions, all solutions. Usually you're just going to get fine answers, but those are possibilities. Number 2, we get a little bit harder, and 3 and 4, because we have to distribute on both sides, okay, to get started. So we have 1/3 times 18 is just 6, right, because just 18 divided by 3 is 6, plus 1/3 times 12 is 1/3 divided by, 12 divided by 3, which is 4q, equals 12q minus 42. Now get all my variables to the left, all my numbers to the right. Okay, see my subtraction. These cancel out, these cancel out. I'm left with -8q equals -48 divided by -8. And q equals +6, right? -48 divided by -8 is +6. 3, distribute my 8 and my 10. So I've got 40c minus 16 equals 320 plus 40c. Okay, so for this one, when you subtract and get all your 40c's to the left side, you're going to see right away that they're going to cancel each other out, okay, on both sides. So you don't need to do anything with the numbers there. Let's just cancel out both of those variables. And what are you going to be left with? You're going to be left with -16 equals 320. Is that true or false? That's obviously false. Okay, since it's not true, the answer is going to be no solutions, which I'm going to write as a 0 with a line through it. And number 4, distribute the 4 and the 1/5. And we're going to have 4t plus 80 equals 1/5 times 20 is just 20 divided by 5 is 4t, and 400 divided by 5 is 80. Okay, here you see that you have the exact same thing on both sides, so you're already starting to wonder things got to be messed up here. When you subtract the 4t to try to come to the left here, they both cancel out, so you can stop right there. You're left with 80 equals 80. That is true, so the answer is all solutions. The last problem here, the word problem, we're going to find the value of h so that these two triangles have the same area. Well, remember, you have to be able to recall here that the area of a triangle equals base times height divided by 2, right? Or 1/2 base times height. Okay, so we're going to try to set these two areas equal to each other, right? The area of this triangle equals the area of this triangle. Well, the area of the triangle on the left, base is 6, height is h. So we've got 6h divided by 2 equals, base is 10, height is 10, h minus 2, and all that divided by 2. Okay, so I need to get the h's all to one side. Well, since we're dividing both by 2, if we just multiply both sides by 2, right, those are just going to cancel out. Okay, so that's no longer needed. So we've got 6h equals 10 times h minus 2. We could distribute that 10. So 6h equals 10h minus 20. Then we could subtract the 10h to the, oops, I need my 10 in there. Subtract the 10h to the left side. Get all my variables to the left, just like we've always done. Negative 4h equals negative 20. Divide by negative 4. And h equals 5. So that tells us that h has to equal 5. The answer is D.